for coming back to the BNS channel. Today's a day in the life. A life in the day, a day in the life. Stay tuned. It's one of those days that I'm going to town. And when I go to town, I do a lot of stuff because it has to be done in one trip. It takes me half an hour to get to town. And so I always feel like an hour out of my day just driving has to be made worth it. So I usually stockpile all kinds of stuff that I need to do when I go to town, and then I just get busy when I get there. So today I have an agenda of a chiropractic appointment. I am doing some meetups with some clothes that I sold. I am going to the bank. I'm going to the grocery store. I am... Oh boy. I have a to-do list. Maybe I should check it. So I thought I would take you along with me. Feeling pretty good today. Things have been really good with my heart, if you guys have been wondering. I have had some episodes where there's days that I don't feel as good and I feel like my heart is giving me a run for the money. And I did have a call into my cardiologist this past week because my blood pressure was kind of going up higher. And I have to share something. I changed cardiologists because my cardiologist left to pursue a different state or something. I don't know. She left me. And so I got this new doctor, and I'm not overly thrilled. My other doctor that I had, her name was Dr. Shandy. She was so attentive. She was so thorough. She explained everything to me in a way that I understood. She didn't make me feel like my questions were dumb. I mean, she was just really a fantastic doctor. And the one that I have now, he's been around, I think, a little longer. And I don't know. The first time I met him, I felt rushed. I felt less than, that my problems were not surgery needed. And I feel like maybe he is a heart surgeon, and so my problems were fairly petty to him. I don't know. I just didn't feel the love. I wasn't feeling the love. And so when I called this past week, I kind of felt it again, and I gave it the benefit of the doubt, thinking, you know what, it's the first time you meet him, Edie, just don't be so judgmental and give him a try. So this week when I called him, I was like, okay, well, we're going to see how he responds to my concerns. And right now I'm really confused about the medicine that I'm taking, when I'm supposed to take it, and how much I'm supposed to take. And basically not to get into the nitty-gritties, I wasn't sure when I'm supposed to take it. Like, what is supposed to be happening with my pulse? What's supposed to be happening with my blood pressure in order to warrant me taking that medicine? And so when I called her, it was the nurse that I talked to, and she was very nice. She was very attentive as well, and which that staff has always been. And it's the same. There's a bunch of different doctors in there. So anyway, she took all my information that I shared with her, and then she said, well, let me talk to Dr. So-and-so, and I'll get back to you. So she called me back, I don't know, probably about 4 or 5 hours later, and she said, Doc said that you shouldn't be taking the medicine unless your pressure is above 140. Systolic, the top one, the top number. And if your pulse is over 100 at a resting heart rate. So in other words, I'm going back into tachycardia. So I said, okay. And then she said, and he told me to let you know that your PCP can follow up with you about your blood pressure. And I thought, oh my God, there again, I'm feeling like I'm less than for him. So I almost feel like I'm going to call the office and ask to see a different doctor. One that might not be a surgeon. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. Does this doctor have a big ego? I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of my story about my cardiologist right now, and it's kind of disheartening because, no pun intended, because when it comes to my heart, I ain't messing around. I mean, my father died with 3 consecutive heart attacks, and the prognosis that I had was very similar to his. So there ain't no messing around that's going to be happening, and I need him or her, whoever is going to be my doctor, to understand that I have a lot of concerns around it, and I want to make sure that I'm ahead of it and not behind it. In other words, I want to be proactive rather than reactive. So yeah, I don't know. That didn't make me very happy. So anyway, I have to share this with you. It's the middle of, well, almost the middle of November, and we still have patches of green grass. Like, this is ridiculous. Today it's 37 degrees. We have had some snow, but we've also had like warm weather that has melted the snow. And so here we are in the middle of November almost, and there's still green grass on the ground. And in logging industry, the ground is still very soft, which is making it hard to truck the wood because the trucks are so heavy. I mean, yes, it looks like fall, but it's so confusing when I see these green grasses, these green patches of grass. We should be almost in winter by now. Our weather is so wonky. Okay. So here's another thought. This is what today's going to be. You're going to go along with me, but you're also going to be like in my brain and the thoughts that go through my brain. So I'm going to ask for some help and some advice because I am a 48-year-old woman who has barely ever worn makeup her entire life. Like, if I've worn makeup, it's been an eyeliner, potentially a mascara, but mascaras make my eyes itch. Potentially a little bit of eyeshadow, a tinted moisturizer, and until late, a lipstick. And I don't typically wear any of that on a regular basis. Sometimes I put like a tinted chapstick on just to make my lips look a little bit more supple. But I'm finding as I get older that I need makeup. And one of my big problem areas is underneath my eyes. My mother has the same thing. They're dark and they're circles. I guess they're considered dark circles. I don't know how to do makeup. So I need help on where to find help on how to put makeup on for me. Like, I don't want generic makeup tutorials. I want to know where I should go or what I should watch to learn how to do makeup that's going to look right on me, because I think makeup is a very personal thing as well as your hair. I went to cosmetology school and we learned a little bit about makeup, but that was like 500 years ago. And I don't really remember because I have not lived my life wearing makeup. I haven't. The only time I wear makeup is if I go out, like even today, no makeup, nothing happening here. The only thing I use is a regular skincare regime, and I should do a video on that someday. But that's the only thing that I do is a skincare regime for like dark circles and for fine lines and that sort of thing. That's it. That's all I do. And that just happened since after my surgery. So it's been, since February or May of this year. It was before. I started before surgery. So let's say March of this year is when I started doing that. And I've noticed a huge difference with my skincare. So I will share that with you guys sometime. So it'll be its own video. But yeah, I would love ideas. Do you have any ideas for me? I just read a sign that said, all these years I thought air was free until I bought a bag of chips. Come with me to get my prescriptions.
Detectives, call the front, please. Detectives, call the front, please.
It is her. It is her. I'm like, I don't know if that's her or not.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now I get to go get some stuff for my husband. As long as I don't get run over. Okay. errands are all done. I'm heading home, and it's 3 hours later, and it only took you 15 minutes to watch. I'm heading home so that I can catch up with all my work that I've got going on, and kind of get together with my daughter so that I can figure out what we're getting our directors for Christmas. That's exciting. And yeah, not so exciting. I don't know. You guys have asked me for these videos of the day in a life of, and I find them so boring. Like, how exciting is this? It's not really exciting. But maybe there's more to come later. Who knows? As you can tell, it's an absolutely gorgeous day today. The sun is beaming. It's 40 degrees, which is a little bit, as I would say, nipply. Sorry. But it is, it's chilly. But it's crisp chilly, and it's beautiful sunshine. So when you're sitting in the sun, it's so warm and inviting and relaxing. And I'm back home. You can hear the puppies. Listen. Where's my puppies? There's a cat. What are you guys doing? Okay. Let us do some videoing. It's so bizarre to me that the time is flying by that fast. Last week we talked about preparation. We talked about putting together a business plan. We talked about creating and understanding your why. I will see you on the next video. Have an amazing week. Bye. Are you curious as to what I do here in my office at night? I educate myself on my business, but then I get locked into YouTube and start watching videos, and I get sucked in.